Hey, hello everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. I am the head trader here, and today we're going to be doing a recap of what happened streaming this morning, as well as some other information and what a lot of you might not know that left at the end of the stream, because I was red. You know, I always come back later to get green, which I won't tell you what happened, but Charlie was also red, who is our assistant that handles the chat here, and she's been learning to trade, and I've been quarterbacking the trades as the head trader. So she followed along with me, even though she knows she's responsible for my own trades. And I always say, seek the advice of a financial advisor. But many people don't do any of that. They just follow my trades when they know they shouldn't. So I got her in the hole. And a lot of you say, hey, why don't you show how you keep coming back from those trades after the stream? You know, because I've been red a day or two, and then I come back. By the end of the day, I'm green. Well, I did that today. I'm going to show you how I dug out of that big hole, trade by trade, and you'll get to see it, okay? So stick around for that and a lot of other cool information. It should be a wild ride for us this morning.
Welcome to Day Trading for Success, where the professor, a former math teacher turned full-time trader and coder, guides beginners on how to trade for a living using proven strategies, breakthrough indicators, and lessons from essential trading books. The professor isn't a licensed financial advisor. Always consult a pro before diving into any strategies or demos you see here. Start smart, practice in a simulator, stick to a solid day trading plan, and don't forget to log every trade. Your profits will start with preparation. Thank you for allowing us to share in your journey. Please remember to subscribe, comment, give a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you can be the first to receive more of our great content.
So welcome back, everybody. I have the dual screen here. The top left is me actually streaming this morning. We're about 30 seconds away, 40 seconds away from the market opening, and where I go, I start to take my first trade. Now I'm going on here about nobody should open the, I'm going to leave my mic open for the live streaming for now, and I just won't talk unless I need to insert something, and then I'm going to edit so you don't have to wait for the entire stream. But I'm basically saying that you never should trade the opening candle. All professional traders say never trade the opening candle. There's no way to really predict the action. It's crazy. But also I go on somewhere in here, like I'm a big gamer. I've always liked to take chances and push the envelope. Trading in itself is pushing the envelope. But so I tend to do it just for fun, which is if you don't have the money to lose, that's a really bad idea. But I do it for exciting because I'm about to go into a large cap retracement strategy here that I'm going to show you based on historical data, which is it's pretty successful. But to me, for a lot of the ways that I trade with much higher share size, trading the RV strategy, trading the open strategy, trading different strategies that I do, it can be kind of boring and mundane. But I enjoy that people can make a living doing this. I mean, we've made 8 millionaires on this channel, and just over the last few years, and many people are making a living. So we're now bringing that live streaming for free. That every single morning you can come and watch this, so it's pretty exciting. Now I basically trade on historical data levels, and I mark them all out at the beginning before the market opens, so you'd want to come on a little early. You can see it. I talk about the scanners that I use, that I specially coded to find the stocks, where you can get them over at the $1 Million Margin Club, the books that I think you should read over at the $1 Million Margin Club. I am their brand ambassador, and they're my only sponsor, so I do promote them. Going through my links really helps the channel, so I'm giving you away everything for free, so doing that would be helpful to me. So anyway, I'm basically saying don't trade the open. I'm going to leave my mic open for the live streaming for now, and then I'll edit it. So let's go ahead and get into it. But I might take an opening trade. I'm going to leave this at 100. So I'm looking for a drop and then a go long. That's what I'm looking for. So we are in a trading studio, guys. You see Alan behind up here, and there's other traders off this way, off to that way. And there's 2 floors here, and we have news being read on a ticker. We have, it's an exciting area to trade in. And most people are not trading along with me like they do with the RV strategy, but some are. But I'm streaming here, but there also is an area over here the screen's being picked up on Zoom for some of the traders in the studio. So it's kind of fun. It's a fun atmosphere. Have it on my right account. No IRA business. No new news. Here we go. 15 seconds. We can do it. I don't recommend trading this candle, but it's fun to watch unless you do like one share or something. But if you're an experienced pro or whatever, you would not do this candle either. I have no real reason other than I find it exciting, you know. Well, it didn't make a big move on all the market. I really wanted a dip there.
175 even might be a place to go in.
I missed the dip right there.
Wow, it went by there so fast. Yep, I could have made money on that dip. I didn't go in. I'm very apprehensive this morning, if you can't tell. I was waiting for a bigger dip to get in after I missed the first dip. So yeah, I'm just I just didn't take a trade there. I could have probably made 20, 30 cents. You know, could have made 20, 30 bucks there. Now, do I short off the fib? Thinking about it, as the ATR is up there too. Do I go for that chance for a retracement? Wow, really tempting up there, huh? Hit it to 176. I could have already made it on the retrace there briefly. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go short. And I'm not going to get greedy here if it, oh, it's hurting me. I don't know if I want to add to this. Oh, boy. I might just buy out here and take a hit, guys. I don't think I want to add. It's just everything's out of control going up. Is it going to give me any chance here? It's coming down a little lower. Might want to just take a lesser loss. I don't like the price action. Shouldn't have done it. I knew not to go short, and I went short. The fib was just calling to me there. This is why opening candle is just a crapshoot. It's fun, but it's a crapshoot here. Looking for a lesser loss, a little bit more of a dip. I'm not even thinking about profit right now. I just want to get out. If I can get out for anything. There was 30 bucks. 26 was tempting. Really settling down and grinding. We needed to get out. The fact that it was hitting on that ATR, I thought it was going to go.
So that was the first trade, which was a loss. So we'll go on to the other trades. So it's been a bit later now. I've kind of waited for some consolidation where I can mark the levels and actually do the strategy on the whole and half dollar levels. We're up near the top of the ATR level down here. Your fib is down here. Same stock. I did look around as time went by at other stocks. I came back here. Here's the next trade. Like looks like going in for a buy here sometime soon. I'm looking for a dip. I'm going to go ahead and go in there, guys. And I didn't wait for the all the way down. It didn't look like the move was strong going down, so I got out to try to get a small profit here. It's good that I'm here because I can maybe get this green. So I tried to get out like 12 or 13 bucks there. I don't know. It's going to hit me on the swale. I'm holding it down here. Here it is. So a little bit. Wow. It shouldn't have taken that long to fill out. So that was the first trade. The second trade. So let's go on to the next trade here. So I'm getting ready to go into the next trade here. It's stopping. Come on. It looks like it's going to spring up. Yeah. Well, you saw the action swaling upward there, and there it goes. So I could have got in there. I should have just got in market. Here, look at the magnet's going to pull it up. See that? Is that going to dip? I'm going to go ahead and get that on a market there, which isn't the best position, but I think it's going to. The magnet just pulled up. So let's watch this spring. Give it a second. I'm at 27, so I'm out of position because I went in market and I just wanted to get in for this pop that I think's about to happen. We'll hold it for a little bigger move up. Oh, I don't like the MACD went down there, but Let's try to get a little bit more up in here, like in the 50-cent move kind of here. We can wait for the spring for a minute here. That's 40. I'll take that. See if I can get that. That'll get me close to back to even. So I saw this market magnet, which is an amazing indicator. I do have a link to get all these indicators over at the $1 Million Margin Club. If you see the blue line go above the magnet, that's volume that has just happened, price action volume, and that's where everybody is. So typically people like to trade with the crowd. So I'm looking at whole and half dollar levels, but when I saw that, I felt that it was going to go up, and it did indeed go up. So sometimes it takes 15, 30, 45 seconds. More times than not, it will play out the way that it's showing it. It's not always, though, of course. So that's a really good indicator to have now. Now I've mitigated my loss down to just $9, so we'll keep playing here. Working our way back. So that was an easy call because of the magnet. Another I'm going to kind of fast forward here a little bit. I'm going to try to here we go again on below. Went up so fast there. I was hoping to get it close to I'm looking for anything close to the 178, but it's definitely playing above that level right now. And then no. This one was more PR. You probably have an opportunity. Fast forwarding, guys. Here. This is better to play the longs, I believe. I could have got spoiler alert. 14. 75. There it is. It did 75 cents. I was looking for the dip. I'm going to go ahead and go in there, guys, even though it's not. So I tried to get it. I got it just below the 50 cent. So I'm going to wait a minute for a little bit bigger retracement up. I could have got the 14, 16 bucks there, been green. There was 16 again. Looking for it to pound up a bit. There it goes. That was high enough if it got me to that 24. All right, so now I'm green at least. So this is go better on to the next trade longs, now. I believe. Okay, so a few seconds have gone by, getting ready to get in the next trade. So now we're looking at a new area, 50 cent, rather than the whole dollar. It's right at the 50 cent. I'm going to go ahead and go in there. If I got picked up, I got picked up. So knowing it could keep going, but we have room now. So this one gets a little dicey. Oh, dear. I would add to this position as it goes down, but not yet. I'd go my half in maybe down here at 178. Remember, I'm only entered in 25% of my position right now. Roughly in my position. But I want to see if it does do that, what does the price action really look like? Is it turning around before I go into half position? So hitting a lot of resistances here. That's the 14, that's the 9, this is the 20. Okay, so that's good news. Magnet's going to pull up. There it goes. So that means more people were right there above that price just recently saying like, hey, here's the area. But it might take a beat. It might take a minute for that to happen. So don't panic yet. But that's getting to be a bad negative trade. So, oh, that's right. I'm at 200 shares now. That's why it's going down so much faster. Okay. So where do we have our help? We have the bottom of the market magnet turning it around. We just got the buy-sell oscillator turning around. You have the VWAP right here. And then we have the 177.50. I need a sign for this to turn around before I add to my position, which I'm thinking about doing here. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in there to half my share size as it was turning around. So that's a calculated move. I was green for a minute. Typically, if you watch me stream, I'm going in 25% of my position. I don't want to go to the full half of my position, which is 400 shares at this point, and my full position is 800 shares. But I don't want to go into half position just as it hits lower and lower to get a better price point. I want to go in as it's gone lower to get a better price point, but as it's showing signs of turning around. So here it is resting on the $178 even, hitting a 20 moving average. You have the market magnet lower 50% level on large cap and mega cap telling you that's the bottom. So there's a lot of things that told me this was going to turn around from that spike. And that's why I entered right there. I went in market just to make sure I really got in, because you can go green very, very quickly. And then what happens now with 400 shares, the red happens fast too. So you've got to be able to, always trade with your max loss in mind. You hit your max loss, you get out. You can't wait for the move to go your way. If you hit your max loss, you get out. Remember that. On that trade, I'll probably sell market just to get out, even though the spread won't be as good for me. There we go. So that ended up being a decent trade. So now what happens here is we've made our goal. That's our goal right there for the day. And that's where I announced, like, if you've made your goal, stop. And I'm going to take some additional trades, which I should do as well, as you're about to see. I didn't stop. As you're about to see, things go awry. But watch the rest, because you'll see some cool recoveries going on. But anyway, so that's what I always recommend, like if you make a goal. But I traded on for people that didn't make the goal yet. And one of those people was Charlie, who's a new trader here. She's, like I said, she handles the chat, but she's trading along on these. She does the chats for the RV strategy, and sometimes she's been doing more of the power hour, because she's been eating up her time to trade with us where she would normally work. And she has a lot of things she does. But anyway, so this has come to an end. Let me go ahead and get up to the next trade. Okay, so it's been quite a bit of time now, and I'm about to go in. Now it's just, I'm talking about that I am literally chasing this up, which is a bad idea because you don't know when it's hit the top. And I don't like to chase things up. You can see on the 5 minutes. But I'm running out of time that I can trade with everybody. So I go ahead in, because I'm about to start the RV strategy with another group. So I go in and I push this trade. It was dumb. I shouldn't have pushed it. Let's see what happens. Off the target. Can I get a dip down closer to 180 and get in here? I'm chasing a high here, but that news is interesting to try to just get into. That's right. There was news down here with a new target. You got to handle these with a grain of salt, though. But again, you trade with the crowd. So if a lot of people thought, oh, my God, it's going to go all the way to 200 and they're jumping on it, then, you want to jump on with them. That was part of my reasoning, but I should have known better. The move here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go in, and I'm going to get ready to get out quick if it seems to. So I'm 2 cents off the high when I went in. That's a terrible position. Well, it's going back and forth on me here. I knew not to chase the high, and yet I did it anyway. Now there comes a point down here where I average in. There's what I was looking for. So do and fight later to get it. You can see I'm in now, and so hopefully when you made your goal, what I saw there was a sign of a reversal right here, and that's when I averaged in. Plus it was on at the even dollar amount, so I got a much better position from 40 cents down to 26 cents, thinking that I'd catch it on a big, like a slight retracement on this candle and just get out. Not greedy, just get out green. That's all I was going to do, because I didn't like the way this had happened here. That the first time it had a bigger retracement down. So I wanted out of this trade right here, and I didn't quite get the opportunity. I could have got out and almost been green for the day at least and had a bad trade, but I waited for a recovery way too long. Oh, you got out and didn't do what I just did. Let's go ahead and fast forward a bit. Really, now, as you can see, if it it's getting worse. 180. Now, there was some sign here again, and I went up to 800 shares. See how that reversed right there? And I went up to 800 shares thinking I'm going to pop out of here really quickly. And I knew that my average would get me below 180. So I thought, hey, it will go back up and hit 180. There was logic in this move. It wasn't just a frivolous move. Shows signs of reversal. Probably, will dip back up toward and maybe turn around up here if it's still going to go down. So I looked for a slight retracement recovery in this trade, and it didn't go well. So now what I typically do in a situation like this is it could be the end of the move and it could retrace all the way down here. But so early in the day, you expect swales on large caps. So typically what I do when I normally trade is I wait for the swale. I didn't want to hold Charlie hostage. I just was like, I'll help her recover, which was on my mind. And I thought about that with other traders too. But what I do here, it bothers me because it's not how I normally trade, which I will show you after this streaming ends. At least, and not fall off here again like what it just did. So this is a really bad trade, guys. You get to see it happen. Here it goes, 800 shares now going the wrong way. I know it's not going to recover now. Oh, Charlie. We can do it. Recover off the ATR. You were recovering. This is the last chance right here, the ATR. In my mind, that's the last chance for a short trade right here to get out in a reasonable short amount of time. I'm running out of time to trade with everybody. So I could take a swing. Some ways I play this is I just keep adding, but right. I'm kind of saying what I do to get out. Wow. Okay, so now it's getting really bad. Broke the ATR. And do I swing this when it's way down here? No. All right, so I'm going to have to get out. You get to see it here. This is too much. If I see 700 for the day, that'll be my... I'm looking at 700. Yeah, that's it. All right. Well, that was a bad trade. You got to see the professor go red. Now I have to recover. So there it was, and I ran out of time. As you can see, this stream's about to end down here, the blue line, that I had to move on. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you some of what happened after this, because I move on to trade with a group of people, but everybody was saying, hey, why don't you just trade the way you've been trading? A bunch of us will jump on. Let's get Charlie out of the red, and that's what I went to attempt to do. So let's see how that goes. So we'd already started before everybody was yelling, hit the record button, so that we could put this on the recap video. So I already made, I think, 1 or 2 quick trades to get us out with a completely different look of how I trade this. So you'll see a little bit different than how I'm showing you guys, and I'm up a much higher share size so I can recover quicker, and we'll just get a look at how this goes. So I'm going to play this in its entirety so you can see what I say, how this works out. So we're going to go ahead and do it now. So I'm trading here with Charlie instead of the RV, and we brought it down a little bit. Decided to start a recording for the recap so you could see how I do this. So my share size is increased a bit to dig out of the hole, and I'm going to be looking for shorts and longs like I normally do. Now what you're seeing here is more of a quarterbacking that I would do. Back up anywhere around 180.60, 180.70, and then I would sell off of that. For the RV strategy, being ready to go up to. But this would be 1,000 to 2,000 shares. It would not be 400, and that's how I call the RV strategy. But I wouldn't trade an RV strategy on an upward trend because it's not an RV stock. So I use the principles in the RV strategy, which is in Day Trading Volume 1. I have a link to that book that so many people trade. So I'm definitely using the principles, the same indicators, the same historical data, but I know I'm trending, so I have to approach it more like freestyle scalping. 1,600 shares if needed to be. It just stopped right as I started this recording. I'm going to be trading the power hour later today with a group. Thinking about down there, but I really have switched to short biased, thinking that it might be really at its triggered high today and just toying at that area, but not wanting to break much higher. I think the 180 might be really where it's going to settle for the day or below it. Never know. It was news that was calling it to go to 200, so. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get in there by the way that it was acting, so we'll see. Now these trades, you know, I hold longer than how I was showing you guys because I'm not timed really. So I'm ready to go for a bigger move, like sort of like the RV strategy, but maybe not exactly, you know. Because I will stair step this away. I don't want to. I'm not going for like one $600 move or anything. I'm looking for it to just get, you know, $30, $50, you know, those kind of moves. A little bit bigger than what we were doing based on the share size. Looking for this to be a floor for us, where I might average in more to 800 shares. You can see had I waited on that last trade, I would have got out without this loss. And I basically... Yeah, I'm pointing out that when I stopped trading a little bit ago, had I just held that move, maybe gone into 1,600 shares, I would have made a nice profit rather than been $700 down. And that's typically what I would do because I'm not that worried about a bigger loss. And I know that AMD is going to stay within, you know, around its ATR range. So, you know, not too much risk to switch it to a swing trade. So that's what I'm referring to. I never would be in this position had I just traded it a different way, which is, you know, usually how I do trade when I'm not streaming with everybody. I got out for the video. Honestly, I just got out to like, don't hold the, you know, I just shouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it normally, but so I'm not trading like I normally trade is the thing when I do that. So that got me down. That was like an $80 trade, right? So that helped. So, I mean, you just work away at this. It can be done. Never had to go to 800 shares. So we've got a tweezer move here. So I'm looking to short off of this 180.50 level or for a dip back down again. I don't want to go in right here because I'm kind of in the center of its action. So I'm going to wait for it to get a little higher up here, then I will short. I do believe there's retracement. From the look of this, we do have retracement action to play it short. So we can go both ways off the even and half dollar, which is all we really have because you're not going to get historical data. There's nothing. It's up in the stratosphere here. So now what I really have to watch out for is if it just does a big drop or something. Unless I'm going short, then that's great. So this one, it was hitting down here around this level where it flat topped before. 179.62-ish, 179.50 level would be great to try to go long, and then up here to go short. And then be prepared to go 1,600 shares fairly quickly to just wash this away and get into the green. And this is a little bit more RV-ish, you know, with 400 shares, but not quite. It's easier to call the RV, you know, to quarterback the RV if I have more historical data. You know, this is a harder stock to do. This is not an RV stock because you're trending. You know, so you wouldn't trade this. So I have a harder time quarterbacking this without looking at price flow is what I'm mostly looking at. Now we're just grinding here, so there's no play here. I don't really want to go higher than this for Charlie's going in at 20 shares right now. I mean, she didn't go down as far as me, obviously, but we got to get it. Comparatively, yes, she did, but no. It's working away at it. Now, she doesn't feel confident enough to take her own trade, so she is following me, but she knows that she's responsible for her own trades, obviously. But I feel like I really want to get her green. So, okay, here we go. That was very close to where I'd want to enter. It dropped fast, though, which was a little scary. Wow, it already recovered some. You could see it was pounding down on the 5-minute, too, so it's like it's calling it to go down more here. So it's hitting the 20. Magnet's above it. Oh, I should have grabbed it. Okay, I almost did. That was 20 cents anyway. Will it pick me up on a bid? Or will it play games with me? I'm looking for a bid down here, Charlie. I'm looking to get in down here. Closer to the 179.50, but it didn't give us the opportunity. Maybe now. Nope. Okay, we missed that trade. Could have had 3 trades here already. So that's the kind of action that helps. I mean, but we want to take lower $20 to $30 victories then. Okay, there we go. So it broke the 18. There we go. Hit higher. Pound higher. I'm going to go in and get there. Did I get it? 30. I went into the 30 cents. Didn't pick me up twice now. Nope, I don't want that rotating. Buy sell oscillators turning it around there. There it goes. Pounding. That was close. See, there was very little spread there, so it was worth going in market. Kind of surprised I didn't take that. This is really the high it's been hitting here. Kind of stopping in this area. I'm backseat quarterbacking my quarterbacking. 180.28-ish. So this is scalping, guys. You get into a rhythm, you get into a zone, you wait it out, and then you make your move. I can tell there's a part of me that's still trading differently for the video, which I need to get over. It's kind of staying up here with it might break out, right? So I'm worried about going short at this level. I'd rather go short a little higher up. Got to wait it out. Just be a little patient there. Near the level where it's where I want to take the trade. A couple times it got really close to it. Definitely in the 30 cents, higher than that. They're around the 30, not in the 20 cents here. So yeah, above that 180.28 line. How it's slowing down. It's going to be harder to make the money back. It's looking to get in above this line somewhere for a short. 29 on the ask. Just staying within 10 cents. We don't want to see that. There it goes. It picked me up. So now I finally got picked up. This is probably when it's going to spring. So we're at 34. So we're going to wait for it to make a move down. Of course, when it breaks a flat top, there's always that danger that becomes its low point. So that's why you want to get in a bit above the flat top, so you at least have an opportunity if it starts doing that weird action to get out. Buy sell oscillators turning it around. That's the top of that's the high of day. This market magnet keeps track of it for us. Down, I would average up into here. I would not have a problem doing that. Look at that. I'm going to go ahead and go in if it picks me up. Nope. Cancel that. If you haven't seen me stream much, you will see that when an order doesn't get picked up, I want to reassess the level 2. I don't want to just hang an order based on data that's 3, 5, 10 seconds old. So I reassess, knowing that I could just push the button again, and because it's not the same look, and that's how fast it can change. I really thought that if that picked me up, I'd be green right now, but it didn't. So The more that it does not move down here, the riskier this trade gets. So I'm at 34. It's definitely too low for me to think about getting out. There we go. Should have picked me up. Come on, there's the pickup. So at least we drop below 500. There's a long way to go here. It's a waypoint. Time for coffee. This guy's good. I've been watching him. We're getting there. Although if you just took a snapshot, this, what happens when I make it up? If you just took this snapshot, you would not say this guy's good. So that's a lot to make up that I. So this will be a little longer recovery because we don't want to go crazy here with really high share size. So. Just comes down to scalping, confidence, waiting. I forced the trade. I knew I did, and just chased to something going high. Shouldn't have done it, and now I'm having to do this, where this could all be green money rather than recovery money. I'm in trading for the long haul, though, so I don't look at individual things. So with so much. I don't know what you want to call it, difficulty, power. I don't give them too much power over me if it's a bad day, I know I'm going to come back. I feel confident that I will recover. It's really wanting to pound that 180, but it won't get down there. Just right above it. This is where it stopped before. It would not get all the way to 180. This is about 3/4 of the way done. We could have got a trade there. See, but now it's making a new high. Like I'd be worried about chasing this. So yeah, we want to sell up here. We don't want to go long up here. It's going to pound higher. Where was it? It was at 60. Went all the way up into the 60 cents range there. Looking to break 181. That is a serious reversal sign there, that rickshaw man wanting to go down more. You really learn your patterns, guys, on the candlestick pattern playbook. Flat topped right there. Oh, I already had a line there. Yeah. The thing is, what I've noticed, and one of the reasons I'm really happy with the $1 Million Margin Club books, is no traders are putting out books about this stuff. Nobody is. It's so successful, but yet traders don't put out books about how would you learn to do something like this? Well, Day Trading Volume 1 shows you how. Day Trading Volume 4 shows you how. If you read Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas, that helps you deal with the probabilities. You want to learn to hold trade longer. Tom Hogarth, Best Loser Wins. I have links to these books between the $1 Million Margin Club books and those other authors. They're great. And then you use the historical data that nobody talks about except in those books. It's very, very rarely talked about that people teach you this. And this stuff does work. Oh, come on, guys. I don't have time for this. Give me some price movement. I might want to switch to... I'd like to get this green, but I'd probably get the money faster if we switch to Tesla. But Tesla's $6 off its opened. Apple's $4 off its open. Nvidia's like right where it started, and AMD is up off of its open by $7. Wow. Off of its close, I mean. $7 off its close. That's an amazing. That was probably because of this news, All right, I'm going to go ahead and go in on a buy there. We'll try to get a quick profit there. Cancel that order.
Spiked me and then didn't pick me up. If I could have got out on market. Would have probably lost $5.
Cancel that order.
There it comes.
No, it's coming
Well,
back.
That's twice that you should have hit me there. Come on.
What's this guy thinking?
I'm at 14. This is Market Maker 08, so it's playing games.
Yeah, I would have canceled that order.
Cancel that order
if it was me.
because I don't like the reindeer games it's doing. All right, so now it's starting to retrace. So we're going to go into a chance to make more money here as it goes down. I will buy market at the 50 cent for sure if it gives me a chance to get down that low. If it starts to reverse here sooner, though, I might go back up off the 180. No, that's too close to my position, so no. We're too close to my position to get to go into half position here. So you got to be careful. You got to stay in the zone and not just start adding, to make a quick buck. Stay in this. Watch the trade, what it's doing. It's pounding up for sure. So that was good. See how much that slip? I should have had $50 there. That was a terrible slip. It only gave me like $13. Yeah, I should have just stuck. But the last time I sold the ask, it didn't pick me up at all. So that was really bad, them taking my money. Nasty. Solid at 180, just sitting there. 180. So my accuracy is pretty good because I only missed that one trade, which was for a lot.
Yeah. I'm tempted to recap this, guy.
Yeah, I would have held it.
Assume you want to see the whole thing
in real life, which this is. But I mean, if I wasn't streaming and worried about everybody, Charlie included, I would have held that, and then I would have made money because it came back, and I never would have had that loss, and then all this money would have been green money. It's just what if, what could have, what would have been, if only, those kind of thoughts. Okay, it looks like price action's due to go up, and there it goes. That magnet showing it. So we can short off of a level.
If you don't have the market magnet,
enough,
guys, get that indicator.
and look for a retracement down.
Risk oscillator, market magnet, and then ScalpMeter Pro. Those are amazing indicators.
Come on, baby. Get up there. There we go. What did it get me at? 47? All right, that's good. I like that position. But this time, I'm definitely going to buy the bid to get out down there. I already blew it, and I could have had a nice trade. There it goes. Coming back. There we go. So at least gave me another $40 anyway. It's going to take a little while. Got in again. I do not like how it just sits here and consolidates within like 8 cents, 10 cents.
Slowing way down as we get later into the morning.
It wasn't a very good trade, but it still was a green trade.
Which means
It was
getting
a masterful trade.
green takes a lot longer. I'm getting tired.
This is like true scalping, what you're watching here.
I think this is actually, I'm realizing that I have another video here, so let me come back to that. So our position's 421.23. So I'm realizing that there's a lot to go on here.
Going back down.
So I think I will edit this for you guys because it's going to be a really long video if I don't, because it took a while to bail out of this. So we'll try to cut this down a bit.
Give us a chance to go long here. Going short now to get out of this little hole.
So I'm fast forwarding a little bit
here, but I don't want to force the trade.
So I got in a trade at 180.54.
Short. Yeah, we've dropped below 400 at least.
So another milestone in the trade again at 180.72 short. Again, we're at 400 shares now.
Come on, you're going to go back down. You know you are. There we go.
Riding a retracement
now we're
down.
working on breaking down to the 200s for some slippage. And I bought the ask, and so I got the worst position there. Those spikes up. We like them because we like those. A few less common sense.
So
wow. Okay.
went short off the big climb.
We like those spikes up.
180.77.
We like them because we know they're coming back down.
Said with confidence. I honestly
Getting closer to the 181.
honestly
so
hate watching
I do
my
wanna
own
take
stuff.
Pause up there
I tend to want to critique me.
to see if it's going to create an upper channel above the 281.
It's actually
it's
my
not good action.
twin on the
You see, I
screen.
don't like
over
that
here.
action.
That's a twin.
There we go. I'm going to actually take a lesser victory there because I think it's about to break the 181. So just get out. You know, we made money. We're down to 319. Let's see if our next trade gets, and then it's hard to get back.
Fast forwarding here.
But back to 287 now. There we go. Okay, so now
I
it
went
should
short
retrace
again
back down to the
at
even dollar.
181.20. So I waited for it to break that, significantly, not right at it, but by 20 cents, and then I got in to a short off of that.
Give me a chance out. That's actually a 12, so that should definitely pick me up. Didn't do it though, so I should have just done the ask. There we go. So I'm back to 287 now. So I saw that coming, and this is the thing you got to watch for when it gets
Fast forwarding.
long biased right now, guys. So it's just
Remember, I just sat here
pick me
forever
up at 46,
waiting
No, there's
for
a bunch of
price
people
action.
there. Okay, it needs to. Short.
All right, so I'm in
So I'm
a
not gonna
short,
get greedy here
181.53
to get out
now.
of this move.
So I keep trying
'cause
to
it's
play
actually
a
just pounding up.
retracement
I should
here.
have just taken that $8. All right, so I might take a lesser loss here. I don't like the look of this. So let's see if it gives me any opportunity here. I tried to get out with like $4. Didn't pick me up. I should have done oh, it did. Okay. Did I lose there? I feel like I lost on that
I
trade.
still don't know the answer to that question.
all right,
I
well,
forgot to look
whatever.
at my price.
Still below 300. So I'm not going to get greedy here to pick me up. I should have done the
Yeah,
oh, it
I
did.
lost
Okay.
$4.
Did I
had-
lose there?
I had to go see.
Craziness.
That hurts my average.
So
That's
this
why I
is
hate
not
it.
the way I want to recover.
So I'm
because
now
it's a little more
long,
dangerous.
chasing it,
We got
which
down
is
to
very
230
dangerous.
now. That was like a $50 trade. Or a $60 trade, whatever it was. Learning to read these things. I'm not.
So we started
bragging,
at
I'm just saying
700.
it's
We're
just-
down to 230.
Once
so
you learn how
just
to
work
scalp,
away
it's
with
just-
scalping.
and then I didn't hold it as long as, almost 500 back, and all right, I got in off
still
the even dollar.
chasing it long, but took a dip trade. Tried to get out really fast.
Make a quick. Got down to 190. Yay, we're below the 2 digits. So we made, almost 500 back, and that's why.
Oh, I missed a trade there.
Oh, break. There we go.
That was at 181.76 long again off that dip. And I'm taking smaller wins because of the price action is sort of tightening here.
That was even higher than that for a minute.
Getting tired, getting decision fatigue here.
Do the recovery incremental.
I don't know how many
hesitate to
trades I've
average into
taken,
this,
but
to
I've
be
taken a
honest
lot.
with you.
181.76
5-minute
long.
chart.
So again,
Maybe they're going to call it at 82. all
MACD
these
is
weird
scaring me
investors.
here. Don't want it to break this 50 cent, but it did.
So that's at 46. No, I would average down, probably average into half position down here, maybe.
You got to push the envelope. You see your
And
your
that could get us out
gains
of this
being
mess
wiped away, but you
with
just
800
go with
shares for me anyway.
what
which
you
should be the
know,
same
what
with
the
you over
logic
there
is, what should happen.
for roughly 80 shares. But it's not going to give me the opportunity, I think, to make more money. Let's see.
Trying to add to 800 shares.
It's turning around. I have to buy the ass to get in here to be sure. Showing signs of stopping and turning around. Well, there we go. That was a spike down. That's better for us to get a little lower down here.
So try to edit some of this. I'm going to have to go from this recap too.
Let's see. It's turning around.
So now it's coming back with 800 shares.
It was showing that it was turning.
And you can
At
see
least
now
break 100.
it
That's what
really
I'd like to
moves
see, is
quicker
break the 100
with 800 shares.
as far as negative down on this stock.
So I'm waiting for a bigger move
It's still
here.
going up. You can see it.
So that
All
was a
right,
good
so
trade,
88
down to
bucks
$88.
on that one. I didn't get over greedy. You know,
Now what
short
happens
biased
here
up
is
I'm trying to keep it on the down.
I take a bad trade somewhere in here. What I should do right here is just take a break because there's nothing here. And I'm trying to get green so I can be done. And I'm done. I don't want to trade anymore. I'm literally forcing a trade here. This is what happens.
There it goes. Missed it. That would have.
When you feel that way, just stop trading. Because I had all those gains and then it's going back the other way.
Almost averaged in.
Finally decide in here that
Break that 20.
I want to cut my
Feels like a
losses.
danger here.
See how bad that got?
Seriously? Yeah.
So there you go.
Now we have to make up that.
$88
That
back
was
to
the first bad trade.
$291. So
It decided.
and I'm actually very exhausted from trading here.
I was at 180. Action. I looked at the clock after I took the trade. But get out. That was that.
So the rest of this video, I'm explaining that I was stupid, basically. That's what I'm doing. And I have another video that comes in here now. Let me just click it in. So is that the right one?
I'm missing opportunities as I'm sitting here switching stocks.
So I went to the next. Yeah, I went in. I left. AMD because the price action was just so labored that I decided to just go to where I knew I could make there was some big moves and I know I can call them.
All right.
So I like to get each stock green that I'm trading. It's a weird fetish thing.
It already
of
went
mine.
down quite a bit, so we have to remember that.
But I see this as being very doable moves here. And I am... You know, I don't think you guys should trade Tesla, but I am actually not really afraid of trading Tesla. So let's see what happens here. So I'm still down, I believe, $198 on, I think I made one more trade. I think I'm down $198 on, let me check this out to make sure. Actually, I left out a whole recap video, so sorry guys, this is long. So let me just fast forward this for you so you're not watching how long all these trades took. So there's my 291. Now I'm back in again on a short. And what I do is this continues to go okay for me. I work back again to the situation, and then they were still giving me opportunities here on AMD, so I didn't switch yet from here. But when you're not trading along with me, I can think this could get pretty boring for you. So I'm, working back down, and we'll go.
2 trades today.
You can see I'm going to fast forward here. There's another 20 bucks. People down to 119 again. Coming back from I was down to 88. Remember, then I went all the way back into 200. Now I'm down to 100.
There it goes up.
Now I'm down to 78. Now, this is very labored, and I'm feeling lucky, and this next trade tells me why.
This is where we can expect a sprint. Look at it go down, so I don't know. It's taking...
See, happened again where I'm losing my my position.
When you get to a point where scalping,
Well, let me take a look at, and that's
guys,
what happened. Okay, so now I go in and I start searching for other stocks.
I'm
here.
going to just take a look at Tesla. So it's a big chance with Tesla to do this many shares, but I'm trying to, and let's see. So is it moving up? So it takes roughly 3 minutes to move a $0.50.
So here's where I go into
2 to
Tesla.
3
So we'll
minutes.
watch this
Yeah,
a
this
bit.
It's going to break
I have
that
to come
level.
back. $198 still red on AMD.
All right, so
And
we'll go
I'm just
ahead and
really tired
go
of trading
short
right
there.
now, so I'm trying to make bigger plays with a
So
stock
it's a big
that
chance
can
with Tesla to
has
do this many
bigger
shares, but I'm
moves.
trying to make bigger money.
Remember, if you watch me trade the RV, I'm trading 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 shares. So this is not, I'm not going to sweat this. What I'm trying to do is do something reasonable that Charlie can follow along with share size and get out of this quicker. And it gives her some confidence too. And then the other people trading with me on Zoom are more excited about this stock right now too, and me quarterbacking something that might be a little harder for most people to call or predict.
So that was a $32 trade. It's got a pretty big spread here, guys. Jeez, I almost wonder if it's better to go market on this. I'll have to try to get in on that one. So we're buying the ask. All right, so we got 68 bucks. This is Tesla's going to give me the opportunity to get out quicker. I can't remember what I had to make up. We had to make up $194. Let's see if I can do this for us, Charlie, real quick here.
Oh, that was it for that video. Okay. So I'm back on.
I'm missing opportunities.
This is the
as
one
I'm
I
sitting here
had
switching
pulled
stocks.
up in the wrong order a minute ago.
All right, I'm not sure I want to go short right now, so let's get a look at this.
Right now I'm in
It
overdrive.
already went down quite a bit, so we have to
I'm trying to get this done fast. I'm in overdrive. I'm tired. I'm spent. I just want to make the money quick and get out, which is sort of dangerous, but I am used to this type of thing.
remember that. Look at that. Let me just really zone in a little bit more before I go crazy here and do something stupid.
So if I do my due diligence here, this is where you're going to see 92% accuracy. I'm just doing my due diligence.
Rather
here.
short off of this level rather than just play short biased. And I don't want to go long right here, so it is causing me to take some pause here. So I've got to go up another 130 bucks roughly, which that could be one quick trade with Tesla. So let's just make it a good trade. Banging off the magnet there. I'm starting to zoom in a little bit on these indicators. Volume's a little less over here. Just interesting. There's our next 322. But this level was where it kind of tweaked right above that.
Let me fast forward a bit, guys. So
I have to wait this out. I'm tired, but takes it out of me.
just there's no
It's not
trade
like where you
suddenly.
pick a position.
This
and
started to consolidate too. I'm like, come on, I
walk
want to
away.
stop
This
trading.
is a bit taxing to continue. I'm not really complaining. I'm just because you're impatient. I should be because I just wanted to get done quicker. It's going to go down here, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot for it going down still on this move.
So I saw the price
Give it a
action here
shot.
move the way I wanted, and that's when I got in.
There was a brief profit before it decides to punish me here.
Didn't like the MACD popping up. Happy to add to my position, though, if it goes up, to go short and add to
Definitely feel like I'm pushing this one.
800 shares.
Definitely don't. I don't see a real good short move here. I'm in it. I'm in it to force it. Just what I was saying. I just forced it. Now I'm praying.
Bend the market to your will. No, that doesn't really work. It helps when you can keep adding shares sometimes. Then you get an opportunity to get out. It's an advantage I have. It's some people say it's cheating, but look, I'm going to trade to make money. That's what I do. I didn't have to do any of that stuff here. You know, this is just a quarter of my position.
400 shares of Tesla is can be a bit risky. There we go. So we're just $50 from making our goal, right? About $50, 50 to $60. I know it's not more than $60. Can we do it? Can we get even? That's all I'm going for. I'm not going for the $100. I'll make the $100 in a New York minute. Right now, I just want to get Charlie Green. We came back from 700 down. Cheerleaders. I'm really tired when I make that noise. And yet I am here still in front of the microphone. Call here, guys.
I did have a break, though.
But at least it gives us the opportunity to get, green. So Tesla does, but it's just, this is not good anymore. I don't like how I'm going to zoom ahead here, guys. Didn't really realize how long this took me to get out of this hole.
That's what we were going for, right? Let me just. So that was that last trade there. I just went by.
Such a big move. I didn't want to trade it long.
There it is. I'm going and buy the ask off this dip.
I didn't want to trade it long.
Buy Sell Oscillator
because it was such a big move that I think it.
And he had a good level here too, where it spiked twice before. So that was a good thing.
We're green.
I'm laughing with me. That was great.
That's what we were going for, right? Let me just double check. So is this more than 198? It got me tired. Oops, it wasn't in the video. What was I going for? It was AMD, right? All right. Well, it's like $3 green. You're still in the trade. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Oh, my God. Where am I going? It's just, well, I don't understand why you didn't get out, but okay. It didn't pick you up. All right, here we go. Here's another opportunity. Here you go. Oh, yeah. Okay. You should have got green there. Yeah, you should have got green on that last swale up because you got it at 92, right? Yeah. Okay. You're out. Okay, good. All right. You're not quite $2 down. Okay. I'm not going to take another trade. So you have to do that. Okay, guys, I don't know what this recap tape had, but it was just to show you how I do get out of these things when you see me go and how it can bail me out. So learning these type of skills, hopefully it was, everybody says, please show us. So I showed it. Hopefully it was educational for you. So don't jump right into that. I mean, obviously there's a lot of probably nuances that I'm not explaining. I am definitely reading the level 2, watching the swales. I'm constantly changing my bias. I mean, I'm reading everything at once. And of course, there's a little bit of luck in anything, right? There's a little bit of luck, but I count that 10 to 15% that goes against me. That was, that's when my luck didn't go my way, right? So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope everybody's green out there. Always stay inquisitive and go green. I'll see you soon. Okay, so that's not really the end. Oh, some of you wish it was, didn't you? But I came back. Charlie got me an espresso. And I came back and I got her green. So she was really green. So that's where this is still today's chart. So what are we? We're at 12:50 right now in the afternoon. So she's going to get out this video for you guys. And there's still opportunities on Tesla right now. It looks, see how this is moving? So I know these guys kept trading with me, and I didn't show that trade. I didn't mic up for the last. I just didn't have the energy to talk to everybody. I just went in
and got her green pretty quickly. So I added $100 and whatever to what I had. So now this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a trying day. I'm actually going to come back in an hour or two. What is it, 1? Yeah, I'll be back in an hour and a half, and I'm going to be doing the power hour. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this long video. I hope everybody's doing good, and go green out there. I'll see you tomorrow morning.